Okay, I think let's YOLO the Fecundity build. I think this is a kind of a good time to do so because there's so much card in the Great Creator right now. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get another Humans Challenge because I can feel I feel like I've played maybe the deck too much, but I also feel like we have a new card for the deck and the deck is really fun, and I do think the Sorin build is the best. So that's kind of tentatively the third backup deck today. I don't necessarily. I guess now it's the fourth because we're doing this. Um, I guess let's keep on the draw. So spins a Lotus Bloom. So we can Urza Saga and get a Vexing Bauble for the Lotus Bloom. Let me see what my top card is. If it's a Temple, I guess it really won't change all that much, actually. Sack. What more humans and Bloodbraid Marauder content? I actually almost had a really interesting Bloodbraid build that didn't quite get there. So maybe what we want to do this turn is we could like K command X equals 1 on their turn, and then when we get the Vexing Bauble on the Urza Saga, that's also going to stop something like a Flare of Denial from stopping us from killing them. I'm a little bit worried about them just going land Charbelcher, but they have a lot of tap lands. I think that also just being able to stick this through the Flare is really nice. Okay, they reveal the Flare, so I don't really think they're going to flare this K command that often. If they do, it's whatever. But the main deck Vexing Bauble will be nice. It will be really bad if we draw the Vexing Bauble. If we see it off the K command, we can scry it to the bottom. I guess I keep this. Just do not want to draw the Bauble. It's been happening to me a lot lately. Okay. Whew. So this is going to stop the Lotus and the Flare. I guess also stops my Mishra's Bauble, so I should have graveyard or bottomed that actually. Oopsie doopsie. +1 mana. The stars and spheres right now are mana neutral. I think I'll cast a Rumble. Not really much point in casting these this turn since I might draw a Fleshraker and I can spend 1 mana to get a mana next turn, or I can just wait. So I think we'll just wait. So we get to counter the Lotus Bloom with the Vexing Bauble, which is nice. And we just need them to not have the untapped land for the Belcher, or I mean, they could have the untapped land for the Belcher, and we would just have to combo kill them this next turn, which we could maybe do. Maybe they're gonna whir, so we don't want to feel too comfy. Sorry. Now that we're on this build, we want to save the spawn tokens to trigger Fecundity. Although with the we'll keep the temple hand here, or temple up. Don't need to decide on the Mishra's Bauble cast right now. Okay, they just hard cast the Flare. That's fine. And then I'm gonna go ahead and sack this. Could sack the Vexing Bauble right now, and then the Mishra's Bauble will let me K command X equals 2. This would unlock another copy of Flare of Denial. But I think when I'm so flooded, being holding up the K command is nice. Okay, there's the Fecundity. Maybe too little, maybe too late. They have a Seagate on top. I don't know, maybe this was a spew. Seemed like it was kind of okay. So if they have the flare, yeah, I don't think we can really play around it. Nice. Well, let's see how good this is. Mic at your face always. I don't know. They go. I don't. Not a big fan. I get it, but it's like, you know, I sit in the same spot every single day. I just kind of need to be able to move a little bit. I guess I should have played the other precursor first. Huh. They didn't flare the first Fecundity. But now I just like have nothing. I'm a little bit worried that this is our first time playing this card and we're just like bricking this badly. Although I guess we weren't beating double flare anyways, although we could have just also kept the Vexing Bauble. I was a little bit desperate that turn. Down a game, let's bring in the Veils, let's bring in the Needles. One Vexing Bauble might be the right number, two could be better. Kind of interested in playing both and just cutting all the Mishra's baubles. Playing an Emrakul seems okay. You did draw like 7 and hit no rocks, Priest or Forge, all something here. I mean, maybe it's just a bad sign, you know. I agree we don't have to draw all the conclusions in the world from that one game. I think I usually like to have the first Mite. Let's go down 3 Chrysalis and click submit. Maybe the second might also triggers Fecundity. Let's try it. Let's play the second. Mata with the 10 months. Thank you. Welcome back. I think a bit too slow with no Eldrazi Temple. Hand's way better. Put back the second Temple. Sharon, you get rid of the pop-up. Thanks, Mata. Yeah, I wish you could. I also like don't like to share the sub notification. A lot of times I like to just lurk, but then it's just there. You got to get rid of it. Don't think we're supposed to take a turn off to play around Shoal here. But they have it. If it was in our opening hand, it would have been nice. Again, I don't think we're taking the turn off to Bauble, and this one does resolve. I like cutting Locket with 2 Vexing. I think that's interesting, yeah. Probably a good plan. Harbinger, not really doing anything here, thankfully. Y'all remember, you know, Urza Saga? Don't ever let you forget that Urza Saga used to just die in these situations. I guess we'll keep another green floating. I guess let's go ahead and chill, because we probably need this green mana for next turn more than we need to just get another spawn right now. What do you think the most powerful card printed in 2025 has been? I think it's like gotta be Quantum Riddler, right? Zurin Orb might be better in this version. It doesn't seem much different. Orb could be okay though. Similar to Locket, maybe better. Alright, so I guess we're looking for a Needle if we can't combo kill. Unlikely we can cast that this turn. Vivi in the context of standard. Vivi is a good answer. I think with the Veil in my hand, I'm going to sack like this. I have 2 Needles to dig for. I think Ice to Explore is better than Riddler. I think that's a fine argument to make. Okay, I'm going to try to keep K command available. Well, I guess I still could. Okay, then we sack the Vexing Bauble because we are desperate in the face of the Goblin Charbelcher. And there's a Locket of Yesterdays, which doesn't help. And I think I am... Oh yeah, we should have tapped the Opal. Didn't make a difference. All right, we'll play one more with this build. We might be moving on to Carnage combo soon. Let's mulligan this on the play. Do actually think Steel Cut is stronger, but both are very good. It's probably between those two. The spoiler from TMT, the Affinity 04. The one that draws cards, I'm assuming. I think the card's great, yeah. It seems better than Thought Monitor for the most part. GG's Frown. Fell the Profane. Interesting. Yeah, I've been liking this deck. It hasn't been going as well today. We're kind of YOLOing this Fecundity version real quick. It's been going pretty bad today compared to yesterday. Yeah, if they have Bow Mastery, lose anyways. Curious what they're doing. So thankfully this doesn't stop tokens from going to the yard. Not finding the second land though. Just Necro. Yeah, it seems to be just Necro. Although I don't know, it could be there was a mono black mid-range deck that 5-0'd a league that was playing all of these cards, Fell the Profane, Swamps, and the Voidwalkers. It could be that. Nice. So do I want a Chrysalis? Do I want a K command? I think K commanding makes the most sense to me. So Casey, I thought we're playing Ironworks Good Times. Yeah, it's banned in Modern, but this deck, it has very similar vibes, playing a lot of the same cards, and then it's kind of, at least in the Mystic Forge version, it's like inverted, where Mystic Forge is the card advantage and the creatures are the mana, where in KCI was the mana and the creatures were the card advantage. Probably isn't a crazy thing about, but I think Opal is your worst card in the shell. I mean, it's like, I still feel a mandatory 4 of. I don't know if I would say worst card. Okay, it is Necro. Not very easy to die here. I feel like they maybe should just go for 19 cards. I don't know. I might 19 here. Okay, they draw up to 13, so they draw 7 cards. So they only have one Soul Spike. Interesting top deck. So I guess I should... Yeah, I should do this, because I can make one more spawn. Very fun that the Voidwalker doesn't stop the tokens from drawing a card. Another Mox Opal is pretty good. Seems like I should just cast it in for another spawn, even though, like, in theory, filtering this into Chrysalis mana could be better. I think just turning it into, like, filtering it into a card and a colorless is going to be what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to ignore the Voidwalker here as well. Deck is undeniably very, very cool. Let me go ahead and keep the Opal. I think we can put back the Sphere. We're really looking for a Fleshraker. So we can draw 4, make 4 mana. Have already played our land for turn. I guess the Always Yes is still broken. Don't think we can afford to play a second copy here. And I guess we can go second Mox Opal, Locket of Yesterdays for Metalcraft, which is kind of a yikes. What made the original KCI combo so good? I mean, a lot of... It's a hard question to answer, but there's a lot going on. Why doesn't Dothy stop tokens from dying? Because Dothy specifies when a card goes to the graveyard, and tokens aren't cards. Needed to Opal before Star. I guess so. I don't know if we're supposed to be sacking here. So we're not dead to a single second Soul Spike. I will say that the Fecundities have not been hitting. Not that the Forges were hitting earlier today anyways, I guess. But I think when you're losing the game from these spots, your deck isn't good. But that doesn't necessarily mean the other build is good. We did Trophy with it, so I'm still feeling kind of high on it. But it does, you know, this version is feeling noticeably worse. A little bit early. They do need to find 2 Soul Spikes in 13 cards. I mean, Fecundity is way better than Forge in this case. Forge would have drawn like 0 cards here. I don't know, maybe. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I guess we just didn't have a mana creature in play at all. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, we cannot ever beat Shieldred. Okay, I think I'm going to move on from the shell for now. I might play some more off stream and reassess if I want to play them challenge on Friday. I was feeling pretty good coming into today, but definitely good to get some more reps to solidify that belief. But I think playing against the Shieldred deck, we're very cooked. Let's move on to the backup deck for today, which is updated Carnage combo. We played, I think this is our 3rd time playing Carnage, or as the Omen pack.